You're right, forgive me for not believing you. Hello everyone, I'm Brett, and welcome back to another Lost Phone, Laura's story. Let's get back in here. I just unlocked the second email account. That's what happened. I did the second email account, and now I have to read it. And this is the account that, was it Ben? I think was his name? Made to send a inappropriate video of Laura to a bunch of her work contacts to isolate her and make her sad. Because he's abusive. File's been erased. Okay, good. Little Meg suspected you're hiding your true self at the office. If you don't want everyone to know, you want to sleep with me. If we want us to meet after wear a gray or red dress tomorrow, I would get the message. Ugh. I think you sent this to the wrong person. Meaning of this, we need to discuss this urgently. I don't remember who any of these people are. Personal email account has been hacked. Come and see me if you need to help make your IT more secure. Okay, that's the lady we were talking about who were like, hey, that's not my email. Thought if you I have something for you. Currently embarrassed. I really like you, but I already have a girlfriend and I owe it to her to be faithful. Yeah. Oh, we sent it to everyone. Oh, yeah, we sent it to everyone. What was it? What was it doing other than that? Can I get in here? Okay. Okay. I don't know what this counter is for still. Should I go in here and turn on the GPS? Oh. Is there anything that... Maybe the photos? Is there anything that would make me think? Yeah, there's nothing in here that would make me... Yeah, none of this graffiti stands out to me or anything. What did I say he was born in 87 or something? Oh wait, I can do the math, yes, from Tower Job. Oh god, I broke it. There we go. Ben. This guy. Terrible person. 30 years old, so that was... Yeah, 87, I was right. 1987, she is 26, which would be... her birthday already passed this year, so... 11... 91. Poopy. I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing next. I don't know what I'm trying to do next. I need to get in here. What was it? I had something written down. It was like 6006. Oh, some of the following information. Birth year of my first boyfriend, which was that one guy that we yelled at. Office number. Wait, my penultimate boss. Was that the last boss? I don't know. Keep that down. Oh, here it is. My notes. Street number of the place I'm at. I ended up for the first time. Okay. Okay. First boyfriend. Plus office boss plus street number. Okay. Street number I know is that it has to be this one. February 24th. Is that one I want, Amanda? Yeah. 10/24. Yeah, 2/24 I meant. Yes. Just that one. So it's 22. First boyfriend would be the guy where it was like, happy birthday. This guy, Alex. So I can look on Power Job for Alex. This guy? 26. So the last year was his birthday, 2016. And so 2010 to 1990. And then office penultimate boss. Which I think penultimate just means last boss, right? Or like the top boss on top. Who's the guy on top here? Michael? President, yes. Oh shoot. Maybe it's the office, the boss, the last one, the little girl when we sent that girl to him. Wait, this one. Emma. So I have to go back to here and look for Emma's contact. Her. 107. That has to be it because we don't have an office number for the last one. So penultimate was the last. Okay, I see. Now I can use the calculator. Big brain. Nope. To 11/9. What? Birth year of my first boyfriend. Would that not be Ben's birthday year? Because his last birthday was in 2016 and he turned 26. Ben wasn't her first boyfriend, he was her last boyfriend. The email was the first boyfriend. No, let me go to this one. was Alex. Was it the other account for some reason? No, it was Alex. Did I get the... Oh, wait, she said it was the one with the octopus, wasn't it? And then this is the octopus, and the one next to it is 20 and 22. Okay, so it's 24 then. I'm dumb. I forgot how streets work. So I was right on the other stuff, 1990 and 107. And then, but the street number was 24, so it's 2121. I'm glad it doesn't lock me out. Because usually they do. Ooh. Stay unlocked for 20 minutes or until you lock it manually. Interesting. Hour messenger. Oh yeah, they said... She said there was issues with it. Okay, hi Laura. Still in Eglinton. Forever looking for a job. You and me both. I'm drop by your place. This is before we met Ben. Great to catch up. Small and untidy. Who cares? It's fairly cheap. True. You still live in the same. Okay when I'm at the door. Cute little cafe. Terrific muffins. Do they serve tea? Of course. They have their own blends. Now we're talking. Jogging with Emma a few nights this week. Will you come with us? Not a fan. I'll slow you down. We do run pretty fast. I'd like to go for a bike ride in Lions Park. I'd love to on the weekend. I'll ask Emma. Going to Edelweiss Mall. You know, the one in the suburbs. Do you want to come? Why are you going way out there? There's a mall downtown, but Edelweiss is often cheaper. It's bigger. In that case, why not? Be there in 15. Okay. Bike reservations. Thanks for seeing that. I wouldn't even know where to do that or who to ask. I'm used to it by now. Hi, can't be bothered to cook tonight. Should we eat at a restaurant? Don't have much money. I'll pay for you. Ben and I were gonna eat at home tonight, another time. She'd love to go on another bike ride. Peaceful environment. Sanford Forest has some bike paths. Shall we go? What can we do this weekend? Ben and I want to spend some time together. A lot of couple stuff planned on weekends this month. Oh, well, that sucks. Can I tell you about the space bar? You went to when you were students, that's the one. You want to go there? Come when you're free, I have nothing planned. This is all before November 1st is when we started dating Ben, so still meeting at the mall, running late. Okay. Space bar sesh. Bank account won't like it. Whatever I'm buying, you can pay me back in homemade smoothies. Perfect lounge table, how cool is that? Folds out and back in again. Nice. It's extensions. Have you fallen in love with this table? Yeah, we're getting married in 2 weeks. Nice. Spacebar, spacebar. Doing brunch with friends? Sure do. What should I bring? Figs on toast? Ooh, lovely. See you Saturday then. Spacebar time. Do-do-do from the other side of the galaxy. Do-do-do-do, spacebar. Go out for a meal, find a new restaurant, not too expensive. I have dissertations grade. Ooh, she's a professor. Good luck. Discount voucher. How do you like it? Buy new swim trainers to go jogging in. Drop in your mailbox. Do you have time to come around and have a drink? So much to do. Okay. I have some big news for you. This is after we had our first date with Ben. Should we meet at my place beforehand? Okay, I'll see you later. Zucchini, hey lady, it's a trade, or haha, hey lady, it's a trade secret. I won't tell anyone, I promise. I'll give it to you at Daniel's place. DIY store, do you need any stuff to fix your apartment before you hand it over? Yeah, thanks. Should I come and pick you up? That'd be great. Awesome. Daniel and our joint birthday party this Saturday. You bring your famous zucchini dish. I'm not free on Saturday, sorry. Oh no, that's too bad. Oh. That's when, she was like, hey, Amelia invited us, and he was like, hey, I think, I could have the dates completely wrong. And he was like, but did she actually invite me? And she was like, I don't know, I gotta ask. And then, no. I'm gonna try a new bar and make a change from Spacebar. Corvo Bianco, if you wanna join us. You'll also notice, like Amelia, she goes and hangs out without her husband sometime, or boyfriend, or whoever he is. because that's a healthy relationship where you're allowed to have friends and actually exist outside of each other. But Ben doesn't want Laura to have that because Ben wants Laura to all to himself, to have no one except him because he's a terrible person. Coffee at the Beans and Spice, so you can order now. Eddie Good Tea. Let's go! Running tonight, you gonna come? Drop by your place when you stay home, it's on the way there. Beans and Spice, Liar Park. See, you can see she's very, like, social and active with her friends and such before Ben, and then after Ben, it's like, oh, no, I'm busy, got Ben time. A lot of people from ICOM, the Return of the Skeleton movie, or the Return of the Skeleton Woman. Sounds great. See you there, party at Tings. Nope. We'll go together, we'll go jogging. It's been a while. Never been there, but okay. Went to the space bar, you have no choice. This is an 80s karaoke night. Same time as usual, meet outside. Boy, it's nasty. Cupcake. Nice. Playing Sunbirds Festival tomorrow. But I cannot pronounce that name. Why didn't you say so? Gate 3. I'll call you if I can't find you. Big clear out and there's lots of clothes I don't wear anymore, so I thought I made a suit, but you take a look. It's your apple cream blouse with the flowers on it on the discard pile. It doesn't fit me anymore. I'll snap up the bargain then. Hey, do you want to go on a double date to the movies restaurant next week? I don't know if Ben will want to go. He's been a little on edge recently. But when you told me about him at the tea shop last time, it sounded like you were both madly in love. Yeah, we are, but it can be a bit exhausting. Like the other day, he made a big scene because I sent Alex a gift for his birthday. That's why he got jealous, because she sent her ex-boyfriend a gift. Really? I think it's pretty strange that you're still friendly enough with your ex to send him a gift. Well, things were fine when we were together and fine when we broke up, so why not stay friends? Yeah, but you're not exactly helping Ben trust you, are you? There's another man in your life who you were in an intimate relationship with before, and you're still sending him birthday gifts, and he's not a family member. Okay, I get your point. No. If you're both friendly, you're both not professional, but if you're both, like, amicable about it, and neither of you are acting strange or, like, trying to break apart your current relationships, there's no problem being friends with your ex. As long as that is what both of you want, and you both feel comfortable with this arrangement. It's not up to your spouse. I mean, I can see why someone would be a bit uncomfortable with their significant other being friends with their ex, but that's also like a jealousy problem that they have to talk about with you and they have to work through. And that's like a trust issue. But if there's no cheating going on, there's no issue being friends with your ex. That's not... No. Are you coming to the party at Kitty's? No, I don't. Too bad. I feel totally exhausted. Going home and crawling into bed. Organized kayaking trip. Would you and Ben like to come? See, Emma is trying to be nice and invite both of them, but Ben doesn't want Laura to have friends. Told me by Monday so we can make the reservation. Hey, I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well and everything. Alex. Sent your parcel. No, I don't have it yet. Express delivery. I'll let you know the moment I get it. It's here. As birthday, do not open my own package. Is that right? Can you open it now or do I have to wait 6 months? I know I'm a tad late, but it was intentional. Tomorrow will be exactly 6 months after your birthday. Okay, so when can I actually open this pack? Thanks. Antoine Grelet's latest album. Very merry on birthday to you. It's all I've been able to listen to all day. You're at the Emperor restaurant today. I'm stressed out. We miss each other. I'm sure it will all go fine. Oh, this is our ex, Alex. It's okay. Alex, you're not at work? No, day off today. I'm going out, so I won't be home for much longer. A romantic date with your girlfriend at a cozy little cafe? Well, that's not gonna happen, really. We more or less broke up 2 weeks ago. Things weren't working out between us. We didn't like the same things and we didn't have the same goals, but don't worry about it. It's cool. Oh. Well, anyway, everything's fine. Don't worry. I feel dumb. Why? I was going to tell you about my love life, but never mind. Oh, yeah, because we're having a love life. No, I'm interested. Are you sure? Yeah, tell me everything. I met someone about a month ago who's called Ben. It's the kind of guy who will check on you to see if everything's okay at least once a day and things like that, and he loves my cooking. Cool, I'm happy for you. Are you sure you don't mind me talking about my relationship? Sure, no problem. Okay, I gotta go. I have to finish getting ready. See you later. What's all this about the email? What's happened? Are you kidding me? Go ahead, play innocent. Laura, I have no idea what you're talking about. At least tell me what you're accusing me of. You know full well what you sent to all the people in my office, at the office, and to my work contacts. I don't know what your problem is, but you're a little shit. Okay, why don't you just calm down and explain what this is about? Calm down, you're such a jerk. I'm just disappointed in myself that I didn't notice earlier. What are you talking about, Laura? Can we spell it out or what? Yes, please, the sexy video I sent you when we were together. Okay, firstly, do you think I actually kept it? Why would I send it to your work contacts? And anyway, how would I get a hold of your contacts? Are you kidding me? Who else but you would have that video, huh? It's one thing that you're a moron, but the fact that you're too much of a coward to admit what you've done, you're gross. Okay, listen, just think for a moment and you realize why it couldn't have been me. I don't have access to your work contacts, and even on Power Job, it would take me a crazy amount of time and too much research to find them. I have no reason to do that to you. If I were pissed off that we weren't together anymore, I wouldn't do something like that to you now, years later. Let's say I did want to hurt you in some way. I would never have used that video, which would immediately point to me as the prime suspect. So I'll leave you to think about it. Have a nice day. Laura? I know you've seen my messages. Please, answer me. Yeah, Lex, I dozed off yesterday, but having slept on it, I realized it makes no sense to accuse you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I'm exhausted and mad at the whole world. It would have been easier for me to process if it had been you. At least I would have had some idea of who it was. But because no one has access to that video except you and me, don't hate me, please. No, it's cool. I guess you're pretty stressed out, but unfortunately, no, it wasn't me. Either someone's hacked your account or has direct access to your computer and phone. If I were you, I'd start by changing all your passwords and set a password to lock your PC and phone if you haven't already done that. And for your phone, you should download Security Chest. It's an app where you hide all the applications you don't want people to access, so I hope that helped a little. Thanks so much, and once again, my humblest apologies. Sorry I haven't been in touch for a while. I hope you're okay. Do you know how to choose secure passwords? I'm not sure, but what I do know is that long password for more secure, it needs to contain at least 8 characters and can't be easy to crack. Avoid obvious sequences like ABCD or 1, 2, 3, 4 or your birthday. At least 8 characters, my brain is in meltdown at the moment and I may not be able to remember them. Just choose something you use every day. For example, a password you use on your phone followed by another code you use regularly. I use the code for the alarm that I have to reset every time I leave and enter the restaurant. Thanks. And that's how she got the thing. Is there aircon in your restaurant? Cold storage room. It's really hot. My brain is melting. I can't write my cover letters. Fans in the restaurant and the Wi-Fi is free, and you can have a refill of fresh juice whenever you want. Okay, I got my laptop will be right there. You'll never guess what job offer. Communications department museum, even better. A member of the hospitality team at a trade fair. Yay! You work with them a lot, don't you? Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. I've been working with them for over a year now, and I have 0 career prospects, even though the boss is well aware that I want a job in communications. Surely there would have been a job available somewhere during that time, right? It's always good enough until you find something better, don't you think? Yeah, but it's a crappy job, and it's useless on my CV. Pays the bills, and you can't be accused of sitting around doing nothing while waiting for your next big job. I'll have to go, it'll be rush hour. Are you coming to Mom's this Saturday? Yeah, this is her sister, isn't it? I don't really feel like it. Are you going? Of course. In this case, I'll get ready. I'll bring my stuffed zucchini. Yeah, that ought to motivate me. Big birthday, made you cake, called the communications company. Rejection. Oh shit, did you ask why? Yeah, I got the usual interesting profile, but not enough experience. Come on, girl, you'll find something eventually. Maybe finish your day at the trade fair. Just mind telling me to stand now, so when you go get my stuff and leave. Last time you had some jerks coming on to you while you were working. Not this time, but there was a guy who seemed quite nice, but then he wasn't. Didn't get his last name, but I do have his first name and company name. Ben from Zentoak Consulting. Well, you can find him on Power Job, can't you? That's true. One might look like a weirdo stalker. Maybe a little. If you get the feeling he's uninterested, you can always apologize. He can block you if he doesn't want to talk to you. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Another job rejection. Keep going, you'll find something. See the trailer for Tears in the Moon. It looks so cool. Playing at the movie theater near me. Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Okay, lines think alike. Oh, they send it at the same time. You're free on the 2nd. It's my day off. Can you look at the screening times? 3 p.m. on Friday. In front of the movie theater, 15 minutes beforehand. Carmen? No problem here. I can't find the keys to Ben's apartment. Oh, the 2nd. Where do you usually put them? They're normally in the door. I'll check and get to you in 5 minutes. Can't find them. Ben isn't answering. He must be in a meeting. Do you express that? No. Will you be okay? Yeah, I'll be okay. It's just a shame. Plus, it's your day off. Never mind. We'll do it another time. Can you do anything tomorrow night? Contacted by Pink Sunshine Kids Association. No. Stay out of my computer. You're an intern there. Yeah, that's the place. They want to hire me and start in January. I'll call you. Come have to call you if something truly horrendous has happened at work. I really want to talk to you. Just on your missed calls, I'll call you. Do you have a minute? It's fine. We don't have too many customers and the others can manage for a moment. What's the problem? What's the latest your period has ever been? 3 or 4 days maybe? Okay, I haven't had my period during my pill-free days. Oh, have you done a test? Bought one at the drugstore. It was negative. I don't know if I left it long enough. I also forgot to take up my pill a few times. freaking out here. I don't want a baby right now. I don't know if I want a kid with Ben right now. Yet you've only known him for, what, 6 months at this point in time? No. It would be fine, work it out. First go have a blood test. The drugstore testing kits aren't always reliable. Laura, I'll call you. You can call me when you have a second. Ooh. Is that the work account? Oh my god. I know these all say Wi-Fi, but it'd be really smart to make this the work account. J F I E Z 0 3 N 1 9 0. Oh, that's long. Oh no, it's all numbers. Would it be the 2121 and the something else? I don't remember what other passwords there were. $1987. Okay, so I think it has to do with Alex's thing about using, so I'm guessing it starts with 2121. Wasn't there a code? Was that the 6666006 that was up here? 4004, I was close. I'm gonna try that. 214004. Oh, I'm a genius. Okay, what was that? That was notes and SMS. How many SMS were there? Oh, well, now it won't tell me because it's going to say 0, but I'll find them. Okay. Here it is. Laura, how you feeling? So, why are you texting me on my work phone? After what you told me about your guy, I wanted to text you somewhere he couldn't read the message. Suggest you use a password to lock your work phone and never unlock it in front of him. Flew into this heavy jealous rage when I wanted to lock my personal phone, so I don't think that's a good idea. What do you mean heavy? He yelled at me and said I was hiding things from him. He accused me of having a lover and said I didn't really love him, and because I was locking my phone, because I didn't trust him. That's bad. That's not normal. I don't know, but at the same time I understand him. He needs reassurance to know that I love him. Don't you think it's a mark of trust in the other person to let them see the contents of your phone? No, I disagree. A real mark of trust would be to believe the other person and not always feel the need to have proof of their love and faithfulness by snooping through their phone. Thus, it's important for both partners to have their own secret garden. Listen, for him, it's not really negotiable. He's been lied to in the past and needs some reassurance. Yeah, I get it, but it's not great. If you want a reason for locking your phone, you'll just have to say Michael insisted on it. What do you mean? So you lock your work phone and tell him it was Michael's orders and he wants the work phones to be more secure because the phone contains confidential work stuff. Yeah, okay, I don't see why I would need to lie to him though. It's unhealthy not to have a space where you can grouch about your relationship occasionally without him knowing. But if I'm having relationship problems, should I just talk to him? Shouldn't I? Sure, but sometimes it's good to talk to your girlfriends who have another point of view. Okay, I'll lock the phone. How are you? Exhausted? Congratulations. Where do you go running now? It's been a while since we bumped into each other. That's probably surprising because I run on a treadmill we have at home now. Those things are expensive. It was a present from Ben. Pretty silly gift, huh? I mean, you can run outside for free. Yeah, but it's so handy. I can run when I want to and don't get harassed in the street by stupid men. Since when have stupid men stopped you from running? It's true, but Ben was worried about me and prefers me not to go out. Wait a second, what do you mean he prefers you not to go out? He's afraid something might happen to me. But you do go out, don't you? You go shopping, meet friends. You still see Amelia, Elsa, I get the shopping delivered, it's easier, and I'm talking to my friends less and less at the moment. Why is that? Oh, you know, you tend to have fewer friends as time goes on. When you're in a relationship, you don't see people as much, but you still see Emma, don't you? Not really. Since I've been with Ben, things have been a little complicated. Nearly all my friends have faded away. I'm starting to wonder if they're jealous. What do you mean, jealous? Well, you know, I'm one of the rare and lucky people among my girlfriends who's found a job they love, and my life with Ben is fabulous. Not only am I happy in my relationship, but he has money too, so financially I'm living in a fairy tale while they're struggling. And you think they're keeping their distance because they're jealous. That's the only explanation Ben and I could come up with. Sad, but there it is. Laura, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Ben's behavior isn't normal. He's the one who's jealous. I get the impression he's trying to control you. He's isolating you. Don't be ridiculous. I'm saying this based on what you're telling me. He's jealous and wants to read the contents of your phone. He controls you by not letting you go out on your own. He's manipulating you with a treadmill gift. He's isolating you from your girlfriends by insinuating they're jealous of you. That's not normal, and this doesn't happen in a normal relationship. He has a problem. You always focus on the negative. It's not like that at all, Charlotte. I swear, it's nothing to worry about. Okay, he has faults, but nothing serious. No, he has a problem, and of course you're blind to it. You're madly in love with him. Okay, so you have your own take on things and just won't let it go. You're a pain in the ass, I guess. It's useless talking to you. Sorry if I'm interfering, it's none of my business, but I'm worried. Like I told you, everything's fine. Leave me alone. I'm here if you need me. Hi, how are you? I don't know if you're mad at me, but I still consider you my friend, and I'm here if you need me. Just wish you a very happy birthday, and I hope everything's okay. Thanks for your happy birthday message. How are you? Not great, I have to say. What's up? One of Ben's former friends contacted me and said some terrible things about him that have really upset me. Can imagine. How have you mentioned it to Ben? No? Why? She told me he had a history of violent behavior with his ex, and it's really freaking me out, but then Ben told me about this girl and how she was in love with him and would do anything to have him to herself. I don't know what to think. How do you feel about it? My first reaction was to not believe her, but then I thought about everything you said and started to realize that I should leave him. And I've given it some serious thought, especially as he's been pretty difficult to live with recently. But he was so sweet on my birthday, I'm so confused. He's aware of his faults, you know, which means he knows he's too possessive and he does apologize. His work is really exhausting. Sometimes he drinks a little too much to unwind and then says things he doesn't really mean. Alcohol is no excuse for bad behavior. But he knows when he's gone too far. My birthday was so romantic. He took me away on a surprise weekend and it was fantastic. I felt like I'd rediscovered the Prince Charming I once knew. But aren't you scared he'll start over? No, not at all. He even promised to see a psychoanalyst to address his anger management issues. Keep me posted on the situation, okay? Promise? Promise. How are you? Did things get better with Ben? No. What do you mean? Since he worries about me all the time, he got me to install an app so I can quickly send him my GPS coordinates if I have a problem. Basically, it was meant to be a really practical thing, so if I was attacked or anything, I could in theory discreetly press a button to tell him where I was. But then he wanted me to use it at a specific time to reassure him so he knew I was safe at home, so I was sending him a message every lunchtime. Then it turned to twice a day, then 3 times, and finally every hour. The other day I went out to get a coffee, and when I used the app, it told him I was out. When he came back that night, he went into this massive jealous rage, and it made no sense. He was convinced I was meeting another guy at the cafe, and he got this idea into his head, and he was yelling at me. It was horrible. I just let him yell at me. I was paralyzed with fear. He wouldn't let me sleep that night. As soon as I dozed off, he'd wake me up again and demand I tell him the name of the person I was at the cafe with. The next morning at breakfast, I told him I'd had enough and couldn't go on like this. But his attitude totally changed. He told me he was nothing without me, and I meant everything to him. He was scared of losing me, that he didn't know what he would do without me. I'd really like to leave him, but I'm scared too, you know? I'm frightened for him. He needs me to help him get better. It's not you he needs, it's a therapist. I thought he was going to see a psychoanalyst. He made an appointment, but he had to cancel because he was busy with work that day. Don't you get the feeling it's the same old pattern? He behaves badly, you threaten to leave, he apologizes, and you change your mind. Listen, there's a conference followed by a support group meeting held up by an association supporting victims of domestic violence. I've got a friend who works there. I'm going, and I'd really like you to come with me, okay? But I'm not a victim of domestic violence. Ben's never hit me. Okay, so he's never hit you, but sometimes when you talk, I get the feeling you're suffering psychological abuse, and conference will be tackling that issue too. What do I know? I'm not an expert, but it could be interesting to meet them, don't you think? Worst case scenario, you'll see that it doesn't apply to you, and at best, you'll learn something about domestic abuse. It happens a lot, but people tend not to talk about it. You can at least find out, Shirley. What do I tell Ben the reason why I'm not there when he gets back? Tell him you're having a drink with me, and I'll bring you home. That way he'll see you're not with another guy. Okay, when is it? Next Thursday after work. Well, why not? I'll drop by and pick you up. Okay. I don't know what day of the week this was. If I didn't get a wink of sleep, I kept getting up to read the notes I took during the meeting. There were so many I recognized in Ben's behavior, it scared me. So many things I recognized in Ben's behavior, it scares me. So dumb and stupid for not realizing early. I've been so blind. You were so right. No, you're not stupid. The important thing is that you've woken up to what's going on. You're strong, Lowen, and brave. But I've been so dumb to allow myself to get manipulated like that. I guess I should leave him, but I don't know what to do. I don't even have a place of my own anymore. You can come and stay with me if you need to, when you're ready. Thank you so much, Charlotte. I'm so lucky I can count on you. When I think of all the women talking in that support group yesterday, some of them are living in situations much worse than mine and have nobody around to help them. Thanks for being there for me. I will always be there for you, and if something ever happens to me and I can't help you, you won't be alone. Look at all those women yesterday. Some terrible things happened to them, and they thought they'd never come through. The association always supported them and stuck by them. It's true, but I insist. I can't thank you enough for your support. How are you feeling today? So much better. Ben organized a lovely surprise to celebrate our 6-month anniversary. It's fantastic. Maybe I exaggerated last time. It's not like he's a monster. Remember what they said at the conference about cycles of violence? I think that's what's happening between you and Ben. It's okay at the moment, but it's not the first time things have turned bad and then got better. Can I suggest something? That's what the counter is. Count the number of times a day Ben's behavior becomes unacceptable. That way you can monitor if there's a cycle with a steady progression of unacceptable behavior, and then it stops, then it gets progressively worse again. Install a counter on my phone to check that. Write everything down, won't you? Even the innocuous little comments. So if he comments on how I dress, I'll write that down too? Yes, even that. It's not up to him to tell you how to dress. It's your body, your choice. Keep me posted on what happens. Okay, how are you? Haven't heard from you, I'm worried. Please let me know if you're okay. I just want to make sure you're still alive. Sorry I haven't been in touch for so long. I mean, don't mind. Ben is dangerous. I have to leave this town, and I think I'm going to report him to the police. Right to report him. However, are you sure you really have to get out of town because of him? I don't want to leave just because of him. I want to go because I need to breathe again, to heal myself in a peaceful and healthy environment. I'm just worried that I have nowhere to go. Listen, maybe I have a solution, but that means I'll have to talk about your situation with Michael. Are you okay with that? Okay. Okay, I've talked to Michael, and we've come up with a solution. There's a branch of the association that needs a communications manager. It's a long way from here in a quiet town, and he offered to transfer you there. It'll be away from here, but at least you'll have a job. You can stay with the director until you find somewhere of your own. I've also checked that the Association for Support for Victims of Domestic Violence has an office there, and they'll be able to help you file your complaint. So the stage is set for you to slip away. Just tell us when you're ready. Thanks. Don't mention it, but just one thing. You'll have to return your work phone to Michael. I would suggest you make a backup of all your content relative to your situation with Ben. It'll be useful for you to maybe have a timeline of events and maybe store the evidence for when you report him. Ask Nadia in the IT department. She'll explain to you how to save the content. That's what it is. I'll call you soon with more details. Meanwhile, just act normally with Ben. You don't want him to suspect anything. Is that... Okay, those are the only two. No. There you go. Listen, Amir. It's Amir, Laura, Ben's girlfriend. I just wanted to know if you're still friends with Claire. Don't tell Ben I asked you. Yeah, why? Ben told me she tried to end his relationship with his ex, Julia, while they were still together because she wanted to date him herself. Is this true? No, I don't think so. And anyway, Claire was dating Oliver at the time. Claire told me that Ben was violent with Julia. Do you think that's true? Let's say Julia was a complicated girl, but I got the impression there were times when he really lost it with her. I advised Ben to see a therapist or join a support group for people with anger issues, but he won't listen. You made friends with him? Yeah. Why didn't you tell me this before? I don't know. What goes on in Ben's private life is none of my business, and it's ancient history now. Well, you could at least warn me. Listen, I already told him to get some help. I did what I could. I do think you should have warned Laura, but also I feel like she wouldn't have believed you if you had. So that's what the counter is. That's how many times a day he was angry at, like, said mean things. She started it when he was in a good part of the cycle, so it was 0, and then it was 1, back to down. It was very low, and then it started getting really high again. And then the day where it was 14, and then it dropped off. And then it slowly started picking up again, and then there was 16, and then it dropped off. And then it got higher faster this time, and 15, and it dropped off. And it got really bad, 25, Jesus. And then it drops off. It gets really high, and then it drops off. And then she left. Good for her. Notes. Cycle manifests progressively within a relationship, initially tension and hostility. cycle, 4 phases. Tension phase, irritability of the perpetrator, which is attributed to work stress, traffic issues. No physical violence, but hostile silences, aggressive looks, irritable tone. Everything the victim does is a source of irritation to the perpetrator. Their stress and frustration is always the victim's fault. The victim tries to find out what's wrong, but it is faced with responses like, no, it's nothing, and I don't know why you're complaining. Eventually, it leads to verbal aggression and insults, and the victim regrets asking. Aggressive perpetrator appears to be losing control. Yelling, insults, threats, breaking objects, often leading up to physical violence. Progressive physical violence, pushing, arm twisting, slaps, punches, use of a weapon. The victim is overwhelmed by feelings of powerlessness and sadness rather than anger. Excuses phase, perpetrator tries to deny or downplay his behavior. He finds an explanation that shifts the blame to the victim. It's the victim's fault or the result of external pressure. He promises to change, says that everything will be fine, that he'll see a psychologist, etc. More promises, emotional blackmail. I need you, I'm nothing without you, I would die without you. Reconciliation phase, honeymoon period, the perpetrator is suddenly attentive, considerate, showers the victim with gifts, etc. The perpetrator is very sincere, fearing that the victim will really leave him, he begs for forgiveness. Although, it's using a lot of he and him for the perpetrator, but anyone can be a perpetrator of domestic abuse. It is not always just the man in the relationship, and it can happen in queer relationships as well. Anyone is capable of it, and anyone is capable of being the victim of domestic abuse. I just wanted to cut in and say that. Renewed hope that the perpetrator will really change, but this simply raises the victim's tolerance threshold to violence. The victim thinks they can cure him, help him, I can fix him. The phases repeat themselves and spiral into a vicious cycle. The victim eventually perceives this violence as normal, and their life can be serious risk if this continues. Jekyll and Hyde behavior. Physical and psychological violence are linked. There's no physical violence without the psychological violence that precedes it. A series of attitudes and comments to denigrate, destabilize, and hurt the other person. Not a unique event, but an integral part of the relationship. It is intended to subdue the other, control them, and maintain the feeling of power. Subtle mistreatment without physically striking, creating tension, and frightening the victim to demonstrate his power. Difficult to quantify and evaluate because it is subjective and depends on the level of sensitivity of each victim. Types of behavioral patterns and attitudes. Control, excessive vocabulary, monitoring the victim maliciously in order to dominate and command them. Isolation, isolating the victim from family, friends, colleagues, social acquaintances. Perpetrator ensures that the victim's life is essentially focused on him exclusively. Taking the victim's phone, computer, etc. Insinuations about and lies about other people in the victim's life. Isolation, with a cause and a consequence of mistreatment. Pathological jealousy, jealous behavior, constant suspicion, unfounded accusations of intent, no basis in reality. Requires the victim's continuous and exclusive presence. There's no way of appeasing the pathological jealousy because it is simply a denial of reality. Harassment, repeating a message to exhaust mental and critical judgment capacities of the victim to make them accept anything. Monitoring the person, following the victim in the street, harassing them on the phone, waiting for the victim as she leaves for work. Harassment often occurs after a breakup. Denigration affects the victim's self-esteem, making them believe they are worthless. Causes the victim to lose self-confidence. Expresses doubts about the victim's mental health. Denigrates their intellectual abilities, their body, and appearance. Launches a systematic attack on the victim's family, friends, or children. Happens with words that appear to be sincere and normal. Humiliation. Mocking, spitting in the victim's face, making crude noises. Creating a feeling of shame, additional obstacle to prevent the victim from about making their concerns. Intimidation, indirect violence, breaking objects, slamming doors, driving too fast, cruelty towards a pet, creates fear in the victim. Indifference to emotional demands, refusal to show any concern for the victim, insensitivity, making a show of rejection or contempt, disregarding the physical or psychological state of the other. Threats, blackmail, threats to suicide, threats to withhold money, abduct children, retaliation against the family or entourage, maintaining power. Some of these acts seem normal and isolated, but they happen repeatedly over a long time to the same person. They become a form of violence. The perpetrator takes advantage of the emotional weaknesses of the victim, wearing them down mentally. Is that the only... One new email from Laura. This message is for the unknown person who may find this phone. My name is Laura and I own this phone. I'm not writing this to get it back, but I may need your help. My partner is a violent and dangerous man, and I've just left him to start a new life somewhere else and deliberately dropped this phone at a station when I was changing trains. I wanted to get rid of it so he can't locate me. I called my sister, who told me he was harassing the people close to me to find out where I was. And that makes my blood run cold. I've installed an app on my phone. I am here. If you use it, the app will send a notification indicating the phone's GPS coordinates. I'm hoping to lead him down a false trail so he leaves my friends and family alone. The code to unlock the GPS is attached. Obviously, I would please ask you to erase the data on this phone and then throw it away so he can't locate me, and to prevent him from harassing you as well. Whatever, don't worry about me. I'm safe and intend to make a formal complaint against him. What is this? Okay. Where's my thingamajiggy? Okay, so it's... Damn, complicated. Okay. Now I can do the settings to do the GPS. Oh yeah, the GPS that... Oh wow, that's really good battery. It hasn't gone down a single percentage in almost 2 hours. But it's gonna drain once I... Imagine if I had guessed that one. It was Ben who sent the video. I apologize for having wrongly accused you. I could see things were going badly. But every time told myself I was going to leave him, he became adorable, sweet, and romantic. I thought he would change, but the cycle kept repeating. Oh. Lovely design. The doctor said I was missing my period because I was so stressed and I'd lost a lot of weight, and then when Ben discovered I wasn't pregnant, he went crazy and called me selfish for not wanting to have a child with him. It dawned on me, the pill reminder that had disappeared from my phone, it was him. He wanted me to forget, and he didn't even deny it when I confronted him. That's why there was a bunch of that's why I remember pointing that out last time, that there was, in the calendar it had the pill reminder, but there was a bunch of days where it was missing. I didn't even connect that dot. You're right, forgive me for not believing you. Ben was insanely jealous, and now I realize he was manipulating me. He was convinced that I was hiding things from him, and I think he was actually tracking my phone. He ended up pushing me when he tried to snatch it out of my hands. I thought it was best to leave before I went too far, and I threw my phone and SIM card away just in case. But she has everything she needs backed up. I actually felt ashamed. I was convinced that I was to blame for the situation with Ben, and I didn't dare tell anyone. Forgive me for having gone so far away without letting you know. I just feel empty now. I'm physically and mentally exhausted, but I'm going to take care of myself and rest. I was so stressed out that I couldn't sleep. I feel like I'm slowly recovering from a lung illness. Michael, thanks again for authorizing my transfer. I got here safely, and the change of scene is doing me so much good. I was surrounded by great people here, and my transfer went smoothly. I'm preparing my complaint with the help of an association here. Thank you so much once again, Laura. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been there. Even when I pushed you away and didn't want to leave you, you stuck by me. I'm gradually getting back in touch with my old friends, and I'm so glad to know they are here listening and supporting me. If you ever need anything at all, don't hesitate to ask, even if we're further away from each other now. Oh, man. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy that she got away, and sadly a lot of people can't always get away. I'm gonna leave links in the descriptions of both of these videos, for victims of domestic violence and stuff like that. But this was a very good game. I think it did very well in showing, like, the progression from, like, obviously it went very fast. They were only together for 6 months. But it went very well in showing the progression from, hey, this dude looks really cool and he's actually a really nice person, into him just slowly gaining control over her and isolating her and such, and you can see it. And then people trying to reach out and tell her, like, no, obviously they were trying to help her, but whenever she wasn't ready to accept it yet, just pushing and trying to tell someone, like, hey, you're in a terrible situation, like, just pushing someone when they're not ready to accept what fate they're, when they're not ready to accept the situation they found themselves in. Pushing won't always help them to discover, and, like, pushing won't always help them, they won't always believe you, then, and especially if they talk to their significant other about it, the perpetrator of the abuse, and they're trying, and that person is like, no, that person's like, they're obviously going to try and spin it around on the person who's helping the victim. If one or several aspects of Laura and Ben's story apply to your current situation or to that of a person close to you, please reach out. There are various designated associations and crisis helplines that can assist you. Yes. But there is always help out there. And the train of thought I was on, people who have found themselves in an abusive relationship aren't always ready to accept that reality. And if their friends are just constantly pushing on them, like, hey, you need to get out of this, like, this is a terrible person you're with, they won't always listen to their friends. And I'm glad that they had that one friend, Charlotte, I think it was, who, even after Laura didn't believe her and started to fall back into thinking the abuse was normal, she was like, hey, no, she was like, I'm still here for you, please still keep reaching out to me, like, I'm not mad at you. And if you find one of your friends or loved ones in this kind of relationship, obviously, your mental health comes first, but if you are able to just be there for them until they're ready to leave, until they're ready to accept what their reality has become and ready to leave and figure that stuff out, that's a good person to be for them. But that is all the time that I have for you today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!